So there I was, again, standing in the exact same spot where everything was supposed to happen, except nothing was happening. Not even a little bit. It was the sort of moment where the universe feels like it's buffering, and you're not sure if you should wait patiently or try turning reality off and on again. I checked my bag, mostly out of habit, since I still wasn't totally sure what I was checking for. I rummaged around anyway. A crumpled receipt, a pen with no ink, a mint that had somehow become both sticky and dusty, a confusing combination, and a mysterious key that I definitely didn't remember owning. But nothing that clarified what I was supposed to do next. I looked around as if the scenery itself might remind me. The trees swayed a little, but only in that half-hearted way trees do when they're trying to look busy. A bird chirped, but in the tone of someone trying to say, "Don't look at me. I also have no idea what's going on." Even the sidewalk seemed uninterested in helping, but I couldn't just stand there. Actually, I could and I did for an embarrassing amount of time, but eventually I decided to move. Forward, backward, unclear. I just started walking, not toward anything specific, just in a direction that felt vaguely purposeful. As I walked, I passed a bench. It was an ordinary bench, but it had that suspicious aura benches sometimes get when they're trying to imply they know something you don't. I sat down, mostly because I didn't know what else to do. Maybe the thing I needed to do would suddenly make sense if I rested, or maybe the bench would whisper some ancient wisdom. It didn't. Instead, I became aware of something else. The feeling that I was forgetting something obvious. Something incredibly obvious. Something so obvious that even pointing out how obvious it was would feel condescending. But no matter how long I sat there trying to remember, my brain provided nothing except the faint sound of static, like a broken radio playing inside my skull. I decided the bench wasn't helping. I stood up again, stretched dramatically, as if preparing for something monumental, even though absolutely nothing monumental was happening, and continued wandering. At one point, I pulled out my phone to check if I'd written a note to myself. I hadn't. All I found was a reminder to deal with the thing later, which sounded wise and responsible last week, but now felt aggressively unhelpful. Classic me. Eventually, I wound up circling back to the original place, again. Apparently, my feet had decided on their own that this was where I was meant to be. I wasn't sure if that was destiny or just bad navigation skills. I stood there, determined, but not too determined, because that might lead to actually accomplishing something. I took a deep breath. I prepared myself. This was it. This time I was going to do it. Whatever it was. I reached for my bag. I lifted the mysterious key. I examined it closely. It glinted in the light, promising significance, meaning purpose. And then a sudden thought hit me. A realization so powerful, so clear, so absolutely urgent that it could have changed everything. And that realization was, wait, why did I pick this key up again? And just like that, the moment slipped away. Still no progress, still no point. But hey, that's part of the journey.